What is up this week, Austin? We are now on episode 26 of the Cole and Austin Hour.
How you been, dude?
Good. How have you been?
Good.
So I know we kind of fucked up in our numbering there.
Well, you fucked up.
Well, we recorded episode 24, and then we never ended up editing it and putting it out. And then we recorded 25 because we were like, yeah, we just did 24 and didn't think about renaming 25 as number 24 and actually putting that one out. So we went from 23 to 25. So
yeah, it's that ording education, coach.
here we are, number 26. We're
Number
just going to say
26.
fuck it. Number
All right.
26.
What do you want to talk about first?
Well, I mean, let's get the obvious out of the way. I'm going to turn this hat backwards real quick.
Yeah, we're fucked.
Yeah, no, the Seahawks are not doing so hot this year.
Russell Wilson's finger was massive, dude.
Yeah,
Did you see that thing?
Yeah,
That thing was gross.
He went up and Aaron Donald's arm, like hand, whatever, made contact with his hand while he was throwing, and it just like broken finger, whatever it did.
Ugh.
Dude.
It fucked up some tendons in his finger.
How much of a goddamn animal, though, is Russell Wilson to go over on the sideline and get it taped up?
Yeah, and then he threw like 3 more passes.
Yeah, and then he tried playing with it and was just like, no, I can't do that, man.
I'd have been a puss.
But how did Geno Smith look? That's what I'm talking about.
Ice in his veins, dude.
Let me put it this way. If Geno Smith can keep that up and be that consistent for us the rest of like however long Russell Wilson is out, I'm saying we still have a chance, man, because I don't think that pick at the end of the game was entirely his fault.
Oh, no, Tyler Lockett slipped.
Yeah, Tyler Lockett slipped. He got kind of like pushed by the defender, whatever happened. Because I remember it looked like there could have been potential PI in that play. Could be wrong. I don't know.
Gotta let the boys play, man.
Gotta let them play. True.
Every time you watch football, I was watching the Jets and Falcons this morning. They're playing over in London.
Oh, that was this morning. That's right.
Yeah, and dude tackles Matt Ryan like mid-throw. It wasn't like Matt Ryan threw the ball and then like 2 seconds later the guy threw him down. Like, dude just went for a sack and Ryan was able to get the throw off while he was getting tackled, and then that was a 3rd down. So it would have been 4th and like 6 or whatever.
Yeah.
Personal foul, roughing the quarterback. Like, I don't know. I see the rules and I see people like always talk about pass interference and how like, oh, he grabbed his arm so he couldn't catch it. And it's like, dude, these guys are grown-ass men. They're fighting each other off the line, 5 yards, and then they're still fighting each other 30 yards down the line when they're trying to go up for a ball. Like, what do you do? Do you expect nobody to touch anybody and then they both just go up straight up at the same time? Like,
well, here's the way I look at it: is if you're at the level that they're supposed to be playing at such like the best of the best, highest of the highest.
Yeah, you expect perfection every time.
Not necessarily. I don't necessarily expect perfection because I know that we're all human, and you can't expect 22 people on the field to be playing perfect at their position 100% of the time, like 11 on each side. Like, that's just, you're not reasonable. But like, if you think of the way the rule book has always been written, the defender on like a passing play, say it's the corner or whatever, the safety, whoever's like guarding the guy, like, they're supposed to play the ball. They're not supposed to play the guy. They're supposed to, like, when the ball's coming down, they're supposed to read when the guy's looking up for the ball, turn for the ball, or look for it themselves, and they're supposed to play the ball. When me and one of my friends had this argument the other night because the same thing happened. We were watching, it wasn't the Seahawks. I think it was last Monday Night Football. Or it was when Tom Brady played New England. That's when it was. I think it was last week's Sunday Night Football. And I think one of the receivers on Brady's team, like, he got his arm yanked or something. I was like, oh, that's obvious PI. And he's like, nah, fuck it. Just let him play. And I'm like, dude, the guy didn't even, like, turn and look at the ball for the play. He just straight up, like, grabbed the defender's arm and pulled him down while the defender was, like, the receiver's arm while the receiver was trying to go up for the ball. And I'm like,
Was that the Antonio Brown one where he dropped the touchdown?
It might have been. I can't remember exactly where it is, but I was just like, dude, the defender wasn't even playing the ball there. He was straight up just like hitting the receiver and trying to strip his arm, and they didn't end up calling it. And my friend was like, yeah, no, fuck it, let him play. And I'm like, dude, if they just let that happen every single time, like, you're never going to get any passes off in the NFL. Like, if they could just straight up strip your arms and yank you back and you have to make one-handed catches all the time, like, no, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Looks like we're switching to Australian rules football then, because they fucking kill each other.
Do they?
Oh, dude, I've showed you videos.
Is that the ones where they like jump up on each other's backs and shit?
Yeah, mark each other.
That's
and then
right,
they, like,
the marks.
Oh my god, I was watching. I'm a big AFL guy lately. I've been super interested in like pretty much the history of it. And I was watching one of the dynasty of the Brisbane Lions when they won 3 flags in a row, which is like unheard of. It's the first time ever done in like 75 years.
Is a flag
something.
like a score or
That's
something?
the championship.
Okay.
They call it the flag in Australia.
Okay, here in America, we'd be like, is that a penalty?
That's the fucking Super Bowl.
This flag's a penalty, all right?
Yeah, exactly. We don't like them flags.
Right.
But yeah, man, those guys kill each other. I mean, there was this one game I was watching, dudes are bleeding. Like, guy's got his eye fucking like third eye growing off his one eye.
Jesus.
And
you
he's
get like
like,
kicked in the face or something?
Yeah, dude, they went up for a mark and the dude kneed him in the face hella hard.
No.
And fucking, he's like, all right, like, just got it wrapped up back on the field like it was nothing.
Brutal, man. That's gnarly.
But yeah, back to American football.
Back to the American goddamn rules.
It's fun to watch people score. Everybody wants to see like high-powered offenses and shit, but like I really get a kick out of good defenses. If it's a good defensive battle, it's like, dude, it's like a game of chess, man.
I think one of my favorite situations in football is watching a really strong defense have a very solid hold on like a 1 yard line.
Yeah,
like a
and
team's
they go like 4 and out.
It's like first and goal,
on the goal
second
line.
goal, third and goal. And then it's like, okay, fourth and goal. We've got to fucking either kick the field goal to try to tie it up or something, or go for the win.
And they do the same play again, and then it's like it fucking
just like
stuffs them.
It's like watching when the Seahawks used to be the straight up Legion of Boom back in 2013 or whatever it was. Like, dude, watching us play back then, that was almost one of the best defenses like of all time, up there with the Steel Curtain, the 85 Bears. Like, we were a really, really solid fucking defense.
What do you think about Jamal Adams?
I think he's good. I think he's overhyped by a long shot, though. By a long shot.
Bro, okay.
Like that, I remember watching that one play where we got scored on last week where I think Cooper Kupp just like did a slant over the middle and Jamal Adams came straight down and thought someone else was going to cover him and he just went right up the sideline with it. Like, dude. What? Was that the play you were about to say?
No, the play was, I think it was Robert Woods where he split between Bobby and Jamal across the field, and they just dinked it over him, and Jamal tried making it seem like he was diving for him, and he just he just dove to make it seem like he was in the middle of the play, but he just fell to the ground, and then Robert Woods just kept running, and I was just like, we gave up 2 first-round draft picks and so much, and to make this guy the highest paid fucking DB in the league.
For this guy?
For this? Like, everybody's like, oh, well, we got to use him correctly. It's like, so we bought a guy who plays safety, and we're just going to blitz him every fucking play. Like, he's got to do something more than just blitz every play.
That's true.
Because he doesn't even get them every time. He gets them like 3 out of 10 times, maybe 4 out of 10 times.
The one thing I can say is I feel like if we know it's going to be a run play and we have him and like everyone, we bring the house.
Yeah, stack the box.
Usually we do decent. But then again, most teams do if you know it's a fucking run play.
All you got to do is pass on us, dude. If you watch us, we're like 10-yard cornerbacks are 10, 15 yards off the receivers.
You know, one thing I've noticed in a few of our games so far this year is a lot of scoring plays against us has been our linebackers lined up against their receivers. And it's like, why is a middle linebacker trying to cover like
because we're playing fucking prevent defense with everybody else, and then why is our free safety 50 yards off of everybody else? He's literally just chilling in the back, hoping somebody goes for a fucking 8 route, a Hail Mary.
So basically, we're playing
prevent
10 on 11 every play with one guy playing super safe.
So pretty much, if you see it, we have our D-line.
Yeah.
On the D-line, of course. Then you got about 7 to 10 yards before you see our Bobby Wagner or Jordan Brooks, one of our 2 top linebackers sitting there. And then you have the other linebacker who's weak side, guarded on the tight end or slot receiver. And then you have Jamal just chill. Like, Jamal's just one of those players where everybody thinks he's that good to where he could just fucking be
Earl Thomas.
He could just free roam, just run around. Well, dude, Earl Thomas wasn't even that. Earl Thomas was a great coverage free safety.
He was like one of the probably top 5 safeties ever. I'd say.
Debatable, but that's another day.
Fair enough.
But and then you got our cornerbacks who are 15 yards off the main receivers, the number 1 and the number 2 receiver. And dude, if I'm an offensive play caller, all I'm sitting here, I'm like, all right, boys, just run a 10-yard hitch route.
Dunk.
Yeah, just fucking dink it to the running back.
Yeah.
Get another 7 yards off of him. Like, and everybody's like, oh, where's Bobby? Bobby's not making plays that he used to. Like, Jamal's not making plays. It's like, yeah, you gave up 3 people take up your whole fucking salary pretty much. 3 on our roster. Bobby Wagner, Jamal Adams, Russell Wilson. 3, dude, our whole fucking salary pretty much.
You know, one thing that kind of freaked me out.
You're not going to have a good team if you have 3 people taking up your whole salary cap.
One of the announcers said the other night after the Seahawks games, I don't remember which one it was. It was just like the Thursday night guy. He said, this whole team runs through Russell Wilson. And when he said that, I was kind of like, ding, like, oh shit, he's right. Like, this whole team runs through fucking Russell. Without him, like, our defense isn't good enough to be reputable to carry the offense in a shitty situation. And our offense without Russell Wilson
is not good to put up 30 points to help our defense, who's not reputable for the stops.
If Geno can be as consistent as he was, we seem like it's going to be decent. But if he's not going to always be like that and he's just a backup and he's going to play like a backup quarterback, then, yeah, we're going to be pretty shit without Russell Wilson. And Russell Wilson, not saying he's like the god of all fucking quarterbacks or anything.
In Seattle, he is.
I mean, in Seattle, he's
the god.
He's the best quarterback we've ever had.
Yes.
Better than Matt Hasselbeck.
Yes. Well, that was the only one I was thinking about.
That was the only other one.
I was like, yeah, he's way better than
we had, like Warren Moon. We had...
Okay, bro, we ain't talking about 70s.
Wasn't he like early 2000s, late 90s or something?
Bro, either way, fucking dinosaur dude sucks.
Fair enough.
Everybody thinks he's good because he played for UW and for Seattle, and it's like,
well,
okay.
Whatever. Yeah, but yeah, no. Russell Wilson, man, he's like, without him, pretty much we're fucked.
We're fucked.
And with him, it seems so far we're still kind of fucked.
That's all right. Hockey season starts next Tuesday.
Dude, watching the Kraken, correct me if I'm wrong, the only games that I've seen so far, and I haven't been paying a whole lot of attention because I've just been like catching glimpses of the games while I've been working, we've been getting shit on like 6-0, 5-0. Like, what the fuck? Is our team trash, or is it just because we're like a super unorganized, we've drafted people from all over the league, we haven't had a year together under our belt, like that kind of shit?
All right. First off, there's no we in this shit because I don't care about the Kraken. But so Kraken defense, great. We got good veteran like defenders. They're solid.
All right.
Then you look at the team, and the wingers and the forwards, and they got really young forwards.
All right.
They got a very good goalie, and they just signed him to a fatty deal, so he's gonna be there pretty much for the rest of his career. Got a good backup goalie. They got so pretty much in the new NHL, you want a goalie duo. You want a goalie tandem, pretty much. Because you don't want one goalie playing 50-something games, and the other one plays 15, and then you got a third one that plays like 10 or something.
How many games do you have in a league?
82 or 84. I think it's 80. It always fucks with me. 82 or 84, but. So a lot of teams are going with the two goalie tandem.
Okay.
So Kraken are set on there. They'll probably go if they're doing decent halfway through the season, they'll probably start looking towards the future and like trading for draft picks and like maybe getting a couple young studs. Maybe go all in for one more young stud. I don't see that happening, but I don't think they'll be as good as the Golden Knights because that was the greatest opening franchise ever in sports history. Nobody could have ever saw that from a new team.
What was it? They went to the finals.
They went to the Stanley Cup
in their first year.
Yeah,
and they almost won it too, didn't they?
No, they lost 4-1 in the series.
Oh, well, either way, they went to the Stanley Cup in their first fucking year. Imagine like a brand new football team just coming in and being like, "All right, we're going to the Super Bowl."
Did they go to the Stanley Cup? It was either that or they went pretty far. They went to Western Conference Finals. But
regardless, I mean, going to the playoffs alone.
Yeah, I was going to say, pretty much greatest.
As an extension team is pretty fucking impressive.
Did you say extension team?
I don't know.
Expansion?
Extension. Whatever. Expansion. Fuck off.
I'm fucking.
You know what I mean.
I love you, dog.
You could have just corrected me real quick and then kept
you
going.
See that extension cord over there? That's pretty. Fucking dumb shit. Oh, dude. Yeah, so I think they'll be pretty good. I think they make the playoffs.
I hope so.
They're in a pretty weak division. They got not LA. They got Vegas and
You calling your team weak?
No, I'm about to say Vegas and one other team is the only team they're competing with. Fucking who? Maybe Minnesota. Minnesota. Yeah, but it's still a weak division because you got 4 California teams in there. So, or 3 California teams in there. LA, San Jose.
How many Canadian teams are there? Are there actually a lot of Canadian teams in the NHL?
Yeah, there's Edmonton, Toronto, Calgary, Winnipeg, Vancouver. Is that 5 or 6?
All right. Now, are the Canadian teams like significantly better than the American teams? No.
America's dominated for Stanley Cups. What teams won in America?
Now, does Canada have a national like hockey league?
Yeah, they just revamped the World Cup, I guess you could say, for hockey. So that'll be next year.
All right.
And fuck yeah.
Well, like
Canada, Russia, Sweden, US. Those are maybe Czech.
So I was just wondering, like, the NHL, the American NHL, has a couple teams in Canada. Does the Canadian version of like the NHL have like a New York team or say like a
there's there's a lot of leagues in hockey. There's the Western Hockey League, the Eastern
in Canada.
Yeah, bro. There's like 3 Canadian leagues. Like,
oh, okay. So they don't have just like a one
they
NHL.
They don't have like an NHL.
Okay.
Like we have the AHL, American Hockey League, which is like the USL for MLS, like AAA for baseball.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
You got to make it more American for me, man. Yep. You got to understand this.
Pretty much the farmer clubs.
Okay, that makes sense.
There's a lot of leagues. There's no NHL though in Canada.
All right. But like, would Canadian teams, well, okay, I guess you just said there's because
it's not like the Canadian teams are just straight Canadian dudes.
Oh, okay.
There's people from all over.
So what's what'd you say? It was like the World Cup or something, or
yeah,
that's what it's called.
Yeah.
So who usually wins that?
Canada or Russia or U.S.
Okay.
Sweden's been pretty good lately. They got a bunch of young studs coming up.
As long as we're still in it.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit if it's some of that foreign shit. I want to still be a winner.
Norway gets wrecked every time.
Can't be a winner all the time.
No, but you can still be great. So, fuck you.
So, fuck you.
Go Norway.
All right. All right.
Is there any shitty topics that you want to talk about?
I was going to say, we're about 20 minutes in. Let's go from the sports here. I wanted to bring up this interesting thing that I saw. I'm sure a lot of people have seen it in the news lately. That kid in Texas that is now out on, he posted bail or whatever, bond on the school shooting in Texas. Like, what the fuck? He went into a school and got in a fight with a kid, and then he shot some people, and now he's out. What the fuck, man? I know it sounded stupid the way I said it, but just like...
Dude, I saw the video and they had like Snapchats from the people at the family gathering that were like posting, oh, he's already home with like a bunch of hardy faces and shit like that. And I was just like, dude, so in America, you could literally shoot a motherfucker at school.
And get out.
And get out.
Dude, no way.
Dude, hey, I don't talk about it a lot, but my situation, and then I see that shit.
Yeah. That's whack.
Dude, that makes me hate shit even more when it comes to like laws and how this fucking country runs shit. Because it just depends on what state you're in. Like, dude, if that kid was in Washington State and shot up like Bethel High School and shot 3 people.
He'd be done.
Oh my God. They would have fucking hung him here. He would have been over. He would have been rotting in a fucking prison cell for the rest of his life. But nah, in Texas, they're like, well, good on you, boy. Way to fucking stick up for yourself. We don't fucking take no pussies in here.
So it says, student arrested in school shooting is released. His family said he was bullied. And then down here in the article, this is from NPR.org. His family says, quote, the decision he made taking the gun, we're not justifying that, end quote. Quote, that was not right, but he was trying to protect himself, end quote. Motherfucker, this 18-year-old kid goes in, he injures 4 people, one being the teacher, 25-year-old, one being a 15-year-old, and then 2 others. It doesn't mention the ages of those, but fucking what the fuck, man? 18-year-old kid. Like, I picture, I mean, this is situational for me, but like all the seniors when I was a 15-year-old, like freshman, and the seniors are all like 18 or whatever, 17, 18. They were way bigger than me. If I were to get into a fight with any of them, like, dude, they've had puberty for fucking 4 years now. I'm like just getting into it. Like, oh man, it's cool to touch myself. Like, this is cool, man. I've just figured this out.
There was this one kid we went to high school with. I'll tell you the name after, but we went to high school with him. He was a senior when I was a freshman, so you were a junior.
Yeah.
I don't know if he had like early release or like late arrival or something, but every fucking day this kid was in the weight room just
yeah.
Dude, he was curling, like squatting, cleaning shit.
I think I know who you're talking about.
He had the whole gym to himself pretty much. Like Marty would always come through and be like, fucking, how you doing today? You know? Yeah. I'm not gonna say it, but
getting ready for football season.
Yeah, dude, like getting ready for football season. He's like, football starts Friday. Let's go, dude. It was watching guys like that. I saw a couple guys in the gym this morning that were pretty.
Well, I don't want to get too far off from the Texas shooting thing.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. Like, there's not much else to say because we live in a society where we all have to have a safety blanket. We all have to feel safe. We all have to have security. We all have to never face adversity.
But what is that safety blanket? A fucking gun? Everybody walking around with a gun?
Dude, it sounds like it because all you see now is shootings. It's like every day. Remember in Seattle, there was like a 3-day, 4-day span where there was a killing every day or a shooting every day.
Every fucking day.
You know, I go to Chicago for vacation. They got fucking graveyards upon graveyards, like, dude, on every block.
The fact that you went to Chicago, I mean, it was cool that you got to see those games and whatnot, Wrigley Field, White Sox Stadium, but that place is sketchy, man.
Oh, dude, where we were at for the White Sox game, we were only 4 blocks. One of our buddies messaged Cody while we were there at the game. He said we were like 14 blocks or 13 blocks or some shit like that from like the worst area in Chicago.
Oh, Jesus.
And I was like,
getting
sweet.
Close to South Side.
I was like, oh, bro, we were real close to South Side. I think we might have been in the heart of it almost.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah,
that.
dude, and if the security blanket is a gun in America, that's what our leaders have given us as choices.
Well, you got to imagine there's more guns in America than there are people.
Yeah, but then, and everybody's like, oh, you got to take the guns away. Look what Australia did. And it's like, yeah, 1996, Australia gets all their guns confiscated. And now look where they're at 24 years later, 25 years later. Like, yeah, 25 because I was born 96. So, yeah, 25 years later. And they're fucking getting their ass beat for being a block away from their house smoking a cigarette during COVID times.
That's no shit,
Can't
man.
defend themselves because they don't have guns.
That's no shit.
So then we go back to here where we are allowed guns, and now everybody uses that as like, oh, this is old Western times now. I'll fucking shoot you if I don't like you or if you piss me off or something.
It's crazy. I've heard people say, as a bartender, having people come in all the time. I've had people from Texas in, like, I have people all the time from all over the place come in.
You get a gun as a gift when you move to Texas.
The people from Texas have told me that it's like down there, you basically just shoot someone and you get away with it. Like if they are anywhere on your property doing anything and you don't want them there, you fucking shoot them and you just like, yep, they're on my property.
See, but with that, do you think that's kind of caused more of a problem than it has?
Yeah, I don't see. Here's my thing. I totally believe in being able to defend yourself, being able to defend your house, whatever what they call like the castle doctrine or whatever they want to fucking call it, defending your place. But on the same token is that, like, say you're someone that owns a lot of land and someone's, I don't know, hunting or doing something or going through your backyard. Say you don't have a lot of land, but it's like, say you have an acre or two and someone's just going through your property and you're like, hey, get the fuck off my property. And they're like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I didn't know. This is an honest accident. Like, yeah, no, I don't think you should shoot him. I don't think you should have any right. I think if you do shoot him at that point, like, you should be in trouble. I get it. They're on your property, but like, hey man, if it's an honest mistake, then like, it's an honest mistake. But then
yeah,
again,
but not everybody plays the, what are you doing on my property? Everybody plays the boom, like already shot, not asking questions. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Well, that's a hard one.
It's like I said, we live in a country where like the states have their own rules, but then everybody has to follow federal rules as well.
Well,
but then when it comes to certain cases, state overcomes the federal government.
Speaking of, that'd be a good transition. The fucking Texas abortion thing. How the state of Texas made that another story out of Texas. Here we go. They're becoming the new Florida, man. Yep. So the state of Texas passed that abortion ban, where the 6-week abortion ban, where if you've been pregnant for 6 weeks or longer, it's illegal to get an abortion. And a lot of women don't even know they're pregnant until 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know until just the other night when I was researching this thing. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. I thought you would have known long before 6 weeks. And it's like, no, a lot of women have not a clue until much after, either 6 weeks or after that. And that's kind of the loophole they got. It is like they knew this as they were making the law. So they did that, the state of Texas. And then just recently, a lower federal court tried appealing that law, and they did, but then the U.S. federal court or something like that appealed their appeal of the law. So now the Texas ban stands for just a few more days or something like that until like a higher court can make a decision on their shitty law that regards the Texas ban. Dude, it's so fucking convoluted. I was trying to read about it last night and I'm like, okay, so this court banned this, and then this higher court said fuck you to the lower court, so that they are making this law still stand from Texas because they told this other court to fuck off. And now they've only got a few days for a different court to be able to make a decision on whether or not that Texas law should be able to stand. Which is silly, isn't it? Fucking U.S. politics, man. U.S. politics. What can you? I know that's all you can say. You can just fucking laugh at it.
Calvin, what do you think? Same. Speechless. Yeah, no, I don't fucking.
That's what I was gonna say.
So, I guess there's nothing I can offer, but just let women do what they want with their body.
Yeah.
Why are we giving men in power the choice to make decision for women who like yo, what if you get raped, okay, and you don't know you're pregnant?
Because here's the deal.
Hold on. Like, and you don't know you're pregnant after 6 weeks or whatever, okay? And then you find out, you're like, oh, God, that guy that just fucking traumatized me for the rest of my life, put a child in me. I don't want that child in me. All right, well, you live in Texas, so you're fucked. Like,
yeah.
Dude, let a girl make her own choice. What happened to the Me Too movement? What happened to that? That was like a strong thing for like 2 months, and then it just died down. And everybody's like, yeah, we're going to throw abortion laws. We're going to, hey, no more parades with dildo hats, okay? We're done with that shit. Like,
you want to hear something crazy about this Texas law that I remember reading about it the other night? Is not only is it just a law that like says, hey, you're not allowed to have an abortion, it's a law that's being imposed by other citizens. So just any random Joe Schmo off the street is allowed to, the law is set in place so that another citizen can sue any woman trying to have an abortion or anyone that is aiding her whatsoever or helping them $10,000. So like say your sister's wants to get an abortion in Texas and I go
she's
and I'm
a lesbian, that would never happen.
Well, I know. I'm just hypothetical. My sister, okay?
Yep,
my sister's in Texas. Fuck off. My sister's wants to get an abortion in Texas, and you're like, nope, I know about that. I'm going to sue you $10,000. She has to go to court and pay you then because she wants to get an abortion, and you know about it, and you want to sue her and tell her to fuck off. Like, how fucked is that? Because they're having it be a law that's imposed by other citizens, it makes it even scarier for the women because it's like, if anyone even so happens to know about me going to get an abortion, like I could be fucked. And a lot of companies that used to do, or like organizations that used to help women to get abortions are like put in this shitty kind of sticky situation because it's the only way you can get one now in Texas is for medical purpose if it has something to do with like harming the woman during pregnancy. Like if the mom's gonna, one of those rare instances where like the mom's gonna die if she gives birth. You ever heard of those before? Okay. So yeah, if it's ever one of those instances, it's like, yeah, okay, we'll give you an abortion. But if not, no, you're not allowed to. So it's fucking bananas, man. So fucking bananas. A lot of companies are like, yeah, we're kind of stepping out of this one. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
What the fuck are we doing? Dudes, how much control do we need?
Yeah, you fucking animals. Like,
fucking animals.
let people do what they want. Who cares?
I agree.
Like, bro, we have some of the dumbest fucking problems in this country. It's like, I was watching the news yesterday with my grandparents, and just some of the shit that I see that people are making up and doing these days, and I'm just like, what are we doing? What the fuck are we doing as a society? Like, do you wake up and you're like, oh man, like, how could I fucking make myself known in the world today? How can I fucking get Twitter famous, dude? Oh, dude, let me get that 10 seconds of fame on Barstool Sports. Like, fucking, oh, man, I see so, like, I watched the video. This is how fucking stupid our world is. Bunch of rednecks, right? Doing the, what was that milk carton challenge everybody was doing? And then they stopped because it was people were falling and fucking themselves up.
Oh, were
from
they
it.
gallon smashing? Were they threw the milk on the ground?
No, it was like the milk cartons where they stacked them up like a pyramid.
Oh, dude, I didn't watch those. I saw one of those, and a guy ate shit pretty gnarly, and he didn't break anything, but I was just like, no, I am not getting behind this trend because those videos are fucked up.
Oh yeah, it
No way,
it didn't
man.
last long. But I saw a bunch of rednecks. They put barbed wire as their trampoline, and then the dude jumped off a ladder and fucking like, I mean, like, what the fuck?
Like, he just jumped onto barbed wire?
Yeah, he jumped on, did like a front flip, landed on his back, and then you could just see his back being pulled from the barbed wire as he was coming up from the trampoline.
Oh.
And then he went back down into it, and then his hair got all tangled in it, and all the barbed wire was stabbing him in the back and shit.
He's just bleeding and shit.
And everybody's like, dude, that was nuts. And I'm like, bad friends, all of you, bad friends. Who
And you know the
fuck
worst part?
would let him do this?
Do you know his name?
No.
Exactly. It wasn't even good enough to get you to know his
Yeah,
fucking
no,
name.
it got
Like, what
him,
a fucking dildo.
got him 20,000 views on Twitter, and he's gonna love that for the rest of his life.
And you know what? He's going to have a bunch of scars, too.
Yeah,
Because
and
he's a goddamn idiot.
fucking idiot. I mean, and then like people doing have you seen the TikTok trend going around where it's like devious licks? People are fucking destroying bathrooms and stealing toilets and shit.
My mom said some high schoolers did that at the high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. No shit. She said, good old Principal caught some of the kids. You know who's a principal now.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
He caught
okay.
some of the kids doing it. He
Yeah.
said, dude, our high school is pretty fucking high tech now. My mom's been telling me about it. She's like, oh, we've got this. They've got like vape detectors in the bathroom and shit. And the principal gets a fucking text to his phone if one of those goes off, and he'll just walk up to whichever bathroom it is, it'll tell him, and he'll just walk over to that bathroom and see the kid coming out and be like, hey, let me get your vape there. And they'll be like, what are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, I know you've been smoking in the bathroom. Like, give me your vape. And they'll just be like, what? Yeah. They have cameras that can see kids inside McDonald's across the street. My mom has said they can fucking zoom in and get straight on fucking pictures of kids inside.
Because they don't want the kids leaving for lunch like we used to.
They can
Remember
see
that
kids.
back route we used to take?
Oh, dude.
Motherfuckers never had it on us. Yeah, now you had to use tech because we outsmarted your dumb old asses.
Dude, I used to just get in my car and fucking drive right across the street. I didn't give a fuck. I was like, whatever.
That's how you know we live in a soft world, because back then teachers would be like, okay, like dumb shit's just going to get set. Like,
dude, we've
Subway.
got a cop at the school. Like, I know that started kind of my probably junior year, having a cop at the school every day. But still, like, they have a cop that's at the school. They have a resource officer that's like a ex-military guy that's there kind of to help with discipline and shit. But he's like also a like ex-police, ex-military kind of person who also patrols the school. So they've got like 2 people there. They've got so much fucking like security. There's gates all over in between like the primary school and the high school now. It's so like, dude, it's pretty crazy there at the high school now.
Hey, no offense, but our cops here in this town, that's about as much as use you're gonna get out. They're pretty fucking worthless for every other situation here.
That's because not anything goes on in this town, and
Dude,
they're like, we got to give people speeding tickets.
No, bullshit. I see fucking vandalism all the time. I see spray paint over shit. Like,
oh, you want a cop to get all uppity over some spray paint?
So my tax dollars get pulled out for shit to be paid for public use, and then it gets vandalized, and now I got to see some fucking dumbass gang that some 13-year-old made up in his fucking mom's basement.
Well, that's why your tax dollars goes towards the guy to go and fix spray over it the next day. The cop's not going to be able to drive over there and catch them like as they're doing it.
Oh, we got fucking cameras looking at kids at McDonald's while we got cameras looking at shit that gets vandalized.
Like just random cameras all over the town.
Might as well. Everybody else is doing it.
I was going to say, do you just want a bunch of
See,
cameras throughout
fucking-
Ording
Dude,
monitoring everything?
I always hate when I'm driving through a light and I'll go like 5 over and then I see a camera flash. I'm like, bro, fuck, 5 over, 5 you're fine, 10 you're mine.
Dude, I thought the cameras were just there for the red light.
Your ass probably has so many fucking tickets.
Nah, dude. I used to. I don't anymore.
Yeah. Open up that glove compartment so we could see it.
Hey, those were all parking tickets, not anything else. Those are all those fucking stupid college parking
I'm not going to pay
tickets.
for parking, but I'm going to park here anyways.
Yeah, fuck. I should be able to park on the front fucking lawn.
Dude, you pretty much did park front. Like, you didn't even try and park in areas where you wouldn't get tagged. You parked front row every time.
I fucking goddamn deserved it, too.
Like,
you know what? Those parking...
Dude, I bet your parking tickets cost as much as your fucking tuition did.
Not quite, but I can tell you what, I would...
Pretty damn close.
Be a lot closer to paying off one of my loans if I didn't get all those goddamn parking tickets.
Well, and you're a bartender, so
and
you don't make a lot of tips because you don't have boobs. Boobs.
Actually, I don't do too bad. You know, I was
okay, because you're talking to you're talking to the old dudes, aren't you? Like, yeah, I'd like to join your country club,
dude. So there's this group of ladies that came in the other day.
Yeah. Okay.
No, man. So I'm working the other day.
What's the age?
They said they were moms, but they did not look like mom. Well,
so they're
two
like,
of them did, but one of them didn't.
So they're our generation moms.
Yes.
Okay.
So they're probably
22, 2 kids, has 3 boyfriends.
Nah, I'm saying they're probably no older than like 30. Maybe 27, 28, 29.
So your age.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, they come in, and I'm like, kind of talking to them, and I got some regulars sitting right next to them that they talk to me all the time. They come in on Tuesdays and Fridays, and they know me pretty well now, so they like see me kind of flirting with these girls and shit.
Cole's got a small dick.
Yeah, basically it's this guy and this girl that come in together, and they're just like laughing because I said something, and I make these lemon drops that come in these little shaker tins, and there it goes.
I'm sorry, continue. It's been like 9 hours. I don't know why this motherfucker's not moving, but
No, you're good. So anyway, these drinks, they like, you drink them out of the glass made out of ice, and then you like pour some more in from the tin, and they didn't know there was more drink in the tin. So I walk over there and I like pour some more in for them. They're like, oh my God, there's more drink. Ha ha ha. So I walk away. Like 5 minutes later, I come back and I'm like, hey, you ladies want another drink? And yeah, I know, I see you looking over there. And I was like, you ladies want another drink? What?
Oh, bro, keep going. I'm just listening to this amazing story about how you're about to hit on 4 moms.
Three moms. But anyway, I'm like, you want another drink? And they're like, maybe, I don't know. And I was like, well, don't let me shove these drinks down your throat too fast. And my regulars sitting there like, oh my God, did he really just fucking say shove this down your throat? And the girls were all like, ah, ha, ha, like laughing and shit. And then 2 of them got up and went to the bathroom, and the fucking, oh my God, she was so cute. The one really cute one was sitting there, and she had some really nice assets. We'll just say that. She was like, she got an AMF too, so I was like, oh, hell yeah.
Okay, dude, we got it. All right, settle down.
She's giving me the googly eyes, and I didn't realize it, but one of my coworkers, she's standing there, and she's like, oh, that chick is fucking staring at you. And I'm like making drinks. I'm like, what? And she's like, that girl over there is fucking checking you out. I'm like, bullshit. No, she's not. And she's like, yeah, she is. And I do like one of these I'm making drinks, and I do a quick little like, just kind of glance over.
You've gone skiing before, huh? Yeah, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. Look at you. Oh, there you go. Now you're going in and out, in and out. You're inverted, outverted. Okay, I like it. Switching it up every once in a while.
Couple of these.
Yeah. Dude, give her the salt and pepper while you're at it. A little bit of that. All right, I'm done with this, you sick bastard.
So anyway, she's like, she's checking you out. And I look over and she's checking me out. I'm like, oh, shit. And then that girl is straight up like, hey, you from around here? And I was like,
bro, you work there.
She had an AMF, man, and I make them pretty fucking strong.
Yeah, I bet you do. What'd you do? Fucking Bill Cosby her ass?
No. I slipped nothing in there. I just put a lot of liquor in her, and in her drink, and That sounded terrible. Anyway, I was like, yeah, I'm from around here. And she's like, oh. And that was about it. And then her friends came back and she got up and left and she just kind of sat there and was like looking at me and my coworker. She was like, go get her fucking number. Jesus, man. And I'm like, I'm all right. I probably could, but I'm not going to.
He's like, nah. I'm
too much of a nervous wreck.
Kind of into dudes, so I don't really want to infringe on her and ladies' night, because I'm not into ladies.
It was her birthday, too. The other girls
probably didn't even say happy birthday, little asshat.
Oh, I did. I was like, happy birthday. Come on back if you ever want.
You're like, hey, I know what to do with the old dirty 30, if you know what I'm saying.
Hey, I know what you saying. Baby, lock the door and turn the lights down low. Never
put some music on it soft and slow. Baby, we ain't got no place to go. I hope you understand. I've been thinking about this all day long. All right, I'm done.
YouTube's gonna suspend us from this song.
Dude, fuck YouTube. Suspends everything that's correct about COVID, and all these fucking snatches listen to them. They're like, oh, God, can you COVID check that YouTube? I don't want to hear the truth.
We're going to get yeeted.
Okay, yeah. I'll probably get yeeted by my grandparents. Who are we going to get yeeted by? Not fucking YouTube. User 749652. Like,
hey, man, your videos go through checks. When you upload it, it's like, your video is going to go through this blah, 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 and we're going to watch you the whole thing and this and that, and nobody actually watches it. I don't know. I don't really fucking know what happens, man. It just goes through like this thing, and then it makes...
We're not popular enough for anybody to fucking care what our dumbasses say, so it doesn't matter.
It also goes through like checks to make sure you didn't play any music or anything on your podcast.
Dude, I listen to podcasts all the time where dudes are like singing old Toby Keith songs.
Oh no,
and
I
shit
get
like
that. Like, I don't
if
think
YouTube
we're gonna get flagged for
suspends us
singing.
for that, they could suck my fat left nut and get the fucking extra nut hair in it when they're fucking done with it. Fuck. Okay, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, hey, they're gonna look at our videos. They're gonna be like, these guys got 19 people that follow them. Like, how big are they gonna fucking hurt our world takeover plan?
That's Jeff Bezos.
Yeah,
he's gonna take the world over.
Yeah, it's all the rich guys.
Dude, that laugh he had when he came fucking back when he was wearing the cowboy hat. It's like, Jesus Christ, you fucking creep. God damn.
He looked like a gay person from the 1980s when they were walking around.
Look at me with my cowboy hat on, just coming out of my penis spaceship.
Act surprised, but they were just hoping a dick would land in their mouth. They're like,
Jesus Christ, man.
No, I watched that new Dave Chappelle.
Oh, okay. I still haven't seen it yet. I need to.
Dude, that was so funny. So funny.
Don't ruin it. I need to watch that.
I won't.
Okay. I'll go home. It's on Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go home and watch it today. I also, I don't know how much Netflix you watch. I don't watch any shows. Like, the last series I watched was Breaking Bad, and I watched that when it was on TV.
Something about Squid Games is pretty popular.
That's literally what I was just about to bring up.
I don't know jack shit about it, so
I watched the first episode of it, and that's it. I'm not a TV show guy. It's pretty fucking interesting. Yeah. I'm going to watch the other, 9 episodes or 8 episodes, but here's the deal. It's a Korean, it's an Asian show, and you either got to watch it with English dubbed over voice actors, or just English subtitles, and they speak in Korean.
I'd watch it.
That's what I
did. Yeah,
I watch subtitles, and I
gives
think,
me the anime feel.
And I also think that I read an article that said the English dubbed version doesn't have as much of a direct, the translation is not as good.
It's the same shit with anime. It's like whenever people listen to the dub, they'll have 30-year-old women play kids.
Oh yeah,
and it has no translation.
Well, some of the dialogue too is skewed. So they said that the subtitles are much more accurate to how they want it to be portrayed from the Korean language.
Japanese and Koreans and all those action motherfuckers, they do not care what they say. They're like, I will chop your head off and fucking shove it up your ass. And then like English, it'll be like, I will hurt you and defeat you and save the world. And then it's like, well,
that's not really what I was going to say.
fucking dumb.
I said I was going to shove this sword down your fucking throat.
Yeah, and I was going to rip your arms off, you know. No.
Yeah, no, I get it. No, it's, you want me to ruin it for you, the first episode?
I'm never going to watch it. But
you sure?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Bro, I read books more than I watch TV.
Okay, so basically it's a show about how you play these. This is just from the first episode that I've gotten so far. But all these people, like 400 and something people, like 450 people, are all in like massive amounts of debt in their life. And they all get like some guy comes up and meets with them and like plays a game with them, offers them $100,000 if they win. And they're like millions of dollars in debt kind of people. And so they're like, oh, yeah. So they each win like $100,000 throughout him playing a game with them. And you don't know that he's visiting them all individually. You just see the story from one guy's perspective until he meets up with the group of people and you realize they all got there from the same way. And, but you see his path there and, they give him a card and he's like, when you're ready, just call us. And so he eventually calls them and they're like, we'll tell you where to go.
What does he need him for? He just won $100,000. Why would he need to call him?
They're like, basically because the guy, when he like plays the game with him that meets up with him at first, because he's just like think of him just at a bus stop, like this guy that just lost all his money. He's in millions of dollars worth of debt. And some guy just walks up to him in a business suit with a fucking briefcase and is like, let's play a game. I'll offer you $100,000 if you win. So the guy ends up winning.
But my question is, why would he need him if he won?
Because afterwards the guy's like, your name is this. I know you're this much in debt, blah, blah, blah. If you need me. They're like, if you want to play a bigger game, let me know, basically. And he gives him his business card.
Fuck that.
So I know
Fuck that,
basically
dude.
it's
I'm just $100,000 less in debt.
Listen.
No, fuck you.
It's a bigger, sillier game. It's one of those. It's a kind of a fucking weird scheme to begin with, but if you can get past that and you can get to the main point, which wasn't a big deal because it's pretty understandable. Once he gets to it, it's a game where everyone plays and you play a bunch of like schoolyard games. The first one is red light, green light. For those of you that don't make it to the end of red light, green light, you get fucking killed. And you don't realize that that's how the game is played until they're there and they're actually playing the game. And it's fucking crazy because they're in this big, massive like dirt field basically. And there's a bunch of walls all around, like just this big walled off area in this big dirt field. And there's a giant doll on one side that's got a turning head. And she'll say red light and she'll turn around and be looking at the people. And then she'll say green light and her head turns back around. And when she says red light, if she turns around and sees anyone moving, fucking these barrels poke out of the wall and just start shooting people. It's fucking insane, man. And so the first guy, you see these two kids that are like kind of friends there. And he's like, man, I'm going to fucking win. This is going to be so fucking easy. Like, ha, ha, ha. It's like right at the very beginning. She says, okay, green light. This kid just starts booking it. Ah, man. Red light. She turns around real quick and he like stumbles and kind of like and stops. And you see it from the doll's perspective. And it's like this robot fucking eye that like targets onto him. And it's just like, boom. And you see this kid just like blood splatters all out of him. It's pretty insane. And he's just like drops down and everyone's like, what the like doesn't realize it at first. And his buddy's like pretty close to him. She says green light and then red light again. And his buddy gets pretty close and he's like, hey man, stop fucking around. Like come on, we got to get going. And he sees the guy laying on the ground, starts like puking up blood and shit. And he's like, oh fuck. And so he turns to start running and she detects his movement, fucking drills him in the back of the head and his head just like explodes. And then like everybody starts booking it. Like half the people start freaking out. It's game on at that point. The guns are just like boom, 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 and you just see people dropping like flies. It's fucking crazy. So basically, it's a show about a lot of people playing like schoolyard games in order to be the last like person alive after all these games to win the grand prize of like getting out of debt and winning millions of dollars or whatever. but you don't realize that you're playing for your life until you get to that point in the game. And it's like seeing everybody get shot and whatnot, because you think it's a pretty regular show until the blood starts just like people's heads exploding and shit. And dude, it's brutal. It's awesome. I'm like, I didn't think it was going to be great. Everyone at my work was like, oh, you should watch this show. It's pretty good. And I'm like, oh, great, Squid Game. It's going to be some stupid fucking Korean documentary about fish or something. Like, that's legit what I was thinking. And then I started watching it, and I was just like, this is great, man. It's great because the main character at one point, he's like booking it, and he fucking trips, and she says red light, and it whips back around, and he's falling, and he stops. And you realize some guy has caught him, and they're both froze right there. The guy caught him and just stopped. And you're just like, oh, fuck. Like, your butthole puckers. You're like, oh, shit. And the guy's just like, and he's kind of like doing one of these, trying to look around. And then she says green light, and he like turns and then starts booking it, and they make it. You're like, oh, shit. This dude just saved the fucking main character's life, man. That's insane. It's so cool. But just like, watching the reaction of, because there's 456 people, and watching the reaction of like 200 of those people go, oh my God, and turn and start running, and the other people like knowing that you got to stay still, it's pretty fucking insane. Because you think like that's probably how people would legit react in a situation like that. Like, most of the people are going to lose their shit, and it's just like a pile of bodies starting to like, because they all come in through these doors at the one side, and the doll's on the other side, and they start going, and then they realize what's going on, so they all try running back to the doors, and they're just getting lit the fuck up. But you can just see these little barrels like poking out of the tops of this wall, like all the way around, and they're just bop, 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 just mowing people down.
Might have to watch it.
Yeah, dude, I didn't want to ruin it for you, but after telling you that, you're going to be like, okay, this is pretty fucking interesting sounding.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah,
I haven't watched anything in a while. I had a friend over. I was supposed to watch a movie with her, and then
oh, you had a friend over, huh?
yeah, it's my lady.
You had little
yeah.
Netflix and
I had my
grill.
lady. We had date night, and then she wanted to watch a movie, and I was like,
What you end up watching?
We didn't watch anything. We just laid there and talked about fucking life.
Laid there and talked, huh? Is that what the kids called it nowadays?
Yeah, she loves Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Literally, Jesus.
Hey, I told her, I was like, please just say Hail Satan once.
She's like, no, I can't.
She's like, no, you're awful,
I can't
Austin.
believe you just said that, Austin.
I was
Jesus.
like, 666. No, we didn't end up watching anything, but maybe we'll have to watch a Squid Game. Was it Squid Game or Squid Games?
I don't know. Just look
Squiddy.
up. It's on Netflix.
All right.
She's holding her fucking.
I'll just look up Korean Netflix documentary that Cole doesn't want to watch.
Yeah, I Snapchatted one of my friends, and I was like, about to watch this goofy Korean documentary about squids. And she was just like, it's not about fucking squids, you idiot.
Oh, man.
Well, we'll see.
Well, I think that about does
That
it.
about wraps
Let's
it up.
fucking go buy you some ammo at the sports store, and then I need me some overalls because this cold as fuck at work.
All right. You know what they do on the Discovery Channel when they hit that record button and the like and subscribe and the doopy doopy doo.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
Okay. We'll see you guys next week.
Yep, love you guys. Have a good week of work, and hope life treats you well. Deuces.